2012 elections and of 2016 elections and peace. Good evening, sir, and thanks for joining. Now, you have been championing this peaceful campaign. How crucial is peace to us, looking at about 5 months that we have to the elections?
Well, the fact is that when we say peace, most of the time people think that peace is inherent. But what we know is that peace must be taught. We need education in peace for people to know exactly how we can realize this peace in Ghana. Most of the time when we are about to go into elections, we see a lot of programs, a lot of peace activity that goes on a lot. But we as PCEF, what we are doing is that we want to really bring out a unique program with a very precise concept as to how we can exactly achieve this peace in Ghana.
Is it that you have sensed some sort of danger? That is why you are trying to preach peace.
Well, we are not really trying to say that there's going to be any violence in the country, but our goal is that we want to make sure that Ghanaians understand exactly how this peace must be realized. That is why we've come out with our 5-point plan as to how we can achieve peace in these elections.
Let's delve into your 5-point plan for peace in the country. Now, you're saying you're looking at self-control, you're looking at respect, acceptance, responsibility, and you're generally looking at how to stop violence.
Exactly.
Can you take us through this 5-point approach?
Well, the first thing is that any time that there's any violence anywhere in the country, okay, most of the time it comes from something. Now, if, for example, if 2 people are in the street fighting, or if you go to any political rally and people are fighting over there, okay, the idea is that most of the time they had a feeling, they had a certain thought. That was the reason why they are fighting the rally. So our focus is that for the first time, we are saying self-control, and self-control starts with your thoughts. So you must always watch your thoughts, which leads to feelings, and every feeling leads to an action. So, for example, whether you decide to do what is right or wrong depends on what feelings you have and what outcome it might bring to you. That is the first principle that we want to tell Ghanaians for these elections, self-control. Now,
we are aware that the youth are key candidates when it comes to propagating violence and all that. People want to use the vulnerable, who are the youth, who don't really know much, to perpetrate violence. Do you have a specific program for the youth of this country?
Actually, our campaign is going to focus on the youth critically, okay? We've tried to separate our campaign to various areas. We have programs for the community, programs for the churches, for the mosques, programs for the workplaces, programs for even the media. And we want to target the youth and any key stakeholder who plays any role in these elections to make sure that they understand exactly how to achieve this peace. So if you don't mind, I just want to go through our principles to see exactly how we feel briefly. We think that we can achieve this peace in Ghana. The first one, like we said, is self-control. The second one is going to be respect, which is that we must all respect our opinions. I believe that maybe NDC is wrong or NPP is right has got nothing to do with me and you fighting. If I feel that maybe the current president is right or wrong and you feel otherwise, does not mean that you must fight. So we must respect our opinions, we must respect properties especially, we must respect the environment as well to make sure that at all costs we are able to achieve this peace in Ghana. The third point is that we must all be responsible. Every key stakeholder, the media, the person who goes to vote, me and you, the political parties, the EC as well, everybody who plays any role in these elections must make sure that whatever is tasked to them, they must do it very well and to the best of their ability to ensure that whatever outcome of the election may be, we are all going to accept it, which is the fourth point of our campaign, for us all to accept the election result. However the outcome may be, whether it goes for you or not for you, we must all accept the election result. And the fifth point is that in all things, we must stop. And the stop here means the S is for stop, the T is for think, the O is for options, and the P is to proceed with the right option. And in this case, the right option here is any option that will not bring harm to ourselves, to the environment, to the property, or anybody else. And with these 5 principles, we believe that if really we are all able to understand exactly how to really use these principles, then we can achieve peace in this year's elections.
Now, before I get to the approach you're using to educate people about peace and all that, whether it is focus group that you're using targeting individuals, and what platforms you're using to target such individuals. I first want to find out from you, how do you gauge the political climate currently?
You know, this year's elections is going to be a historical one, because it could potentially mean that we have a sitting president who is going to lose the election for the first time, or win a historic third term for a sitting or a party, okay? Or it could as well mean that the opposition party, Nanado, might as well lose his presidential bid, you know, for life, because after this election he may not come back again. So this year's one, like last 4 years, like we thought, is going to be very, very unique. And so it's going to be like every party is going to ensure that, or is going to make sure that they really try to win the elections. But we are hopeful that as Ghanaians, as peace-loving as we are, there won't be any chaos in the country. But this chaos that we believe is not going to occur, it's not going to come by magic. It must be taught, because small things can trigger events, and then this can cause chaos in the country, which we want to make sure that the peace we have in Ghana, the peace we've always had every single election year, is going to be maintained. Now, let's look at the approach you're using to educate Ghanaians. What kind of approach are you using? Is it based on focus group discussions, or you are doing that on an individual basis? This campaign we are launching currently has been going on for a very long time now. In fact, for the past 4 years prior to this year's election, we've taught over 7,000 people. We've traveled across 7 regions in Ghana so far, and we have volunteers across a lot of Ghana right now who are prepared to get this message out. We've been to schools, we've been to churches, we've been to the business, the workplaces, and we are trying to target every single area, any single person we believe we can reach or we must reach to be able to sell our ideas to them. We are doing it right now. Every key stakeholder. In fact, at the launch of our program in the next few weeks to come, we hope to invite a lot of Ghanaians, a lot of key stakeholders to come and really listen to what we have, you know, what kind of campaign idea we have, and believe that we can really achieve peace in the country. I'm grateful for your time. On News at 10 tonight, Richard Wogodo, he's with the Peaceful Character Education Foundation. I'm grateful that you joined us in the studios. That's how we wrap up the big one on News at 10 tonight. We're taking a very short break. When we return, we have more right here.